I don't trust my mother-in-law around my kids. My mother-in-law has never had a good reason to actually hate me. The only thing that I have heard from my husband is that she does not like the fact that my husband met me at a bar. That's it. Now, regardless of however she treated me throughout the years that I've been with her son, I have never disrespected her because my parents taught me better than that. And so it breaks my heart at the fact that she cannot accept me over the way that I met my husband. 7 months ago, my husband and I decided to ask my mother-in-law if she would be able to watch our son because I wanted to go back to school so that I could become an esthetician. She was very hesitant in the beginning. She said she didn't know, but we did not have anyone else. My parents live 2 states away, and I don't have any siblings or friends that live around us. Eventually, my husband convinced her. She said yes, and she started to take care of our son. Everything that my son needed, like the playpen, his toys, and everything, it was just too much to carry back and forth. So my mother-in-law decided that she was just going to come over to our place in order to watch our son. One thing she didn't know and we did not mention was the fact that we had put cameras around our house. In the neighborhood where we live, there was always robberies and it was just a little too much. So whenever my husband would go to work, I would get scared, and he decided that he wanted to put cameras pretty much in every room in our household. As a mom, I check those cameras every second of every day. Not only because my mother-in-law was there, but I honestly would always check it constantly to make sure that we were okay and that our house itself was okay. Now, one day when I was at school, I so happened to have some sort of instinct to just look at the cameras. When I looked at the cameras, tell me why my mother-in-law was spanking our son. Our son is 4 years old. I do not understand what is going through this lady's head that she thinks it's okay to discipline our son, especially when he's 4 and he doesn't really know right from wrong. No, I did not call my husband. I decided I was just going to leave class. I was going to head home and I was going to go get my child because at that time I was livid. I was pissed. I was not going to just wait until the class was over. There's no way in hell that I could have done that. I walked in the door and I asked her, why in the world was she spanking my son? And she said, what are you talking about? I was not spanking your son. And I said, we have cameras around the house. I actually saw you through the camera hitting our son. Why would you do that? At this point, I knew she wasn't going to admit to anything. So she decided she wanted to call my husband like he was going to side with her. And so he got home. He then asked what was going on. I pulled out the evidence, like the actual videos, and he was livid as well. He asked her, why in the world would you do this? And right after she actually saw it, she said he was acting up. He was not being good. He's only 4 years old. So that same day, my husband decided that she will no longer be close to our son or any future kids that we decide to have because at this point, she cannot be trusted. I think she's taking her anger out on my kids. I know she doesn't like me, but for her to do that, that is unacceptable.